So we finna go ahead and get this shit over with, since everybody up under the fucking table wanna lie. Since you bitches wanna really live that whoop de wop this, that, then the third month. Oh my fucking god. The reason why we're even fucking in this moment and in this conversation is you motherfuckers pulling what the crackers did all that time ago. It's fucking makeshift. You motherfuckers sat here and now all of a sudden talking about a woman of power. I don't motherfucking know y'all pulling the same playbook that them crackers did all that motherfucking time ago. Yeah, you sitting here looking at me like it don't make no motherfucking sense. But motherfuckers who know me and actually listen, oh, so you speak Nova, see all the cats who will understand what the fuck I'm saying. Motherfuckers who supposed to be OGs trying to go on here to lead the goddamn generation for any reason. Motherfuckers who supposed to be leading the generation, these older motherfuckers is lying to bitches in their motherfucking face about every fucking thing. Regardless how bitches want to say. As long as y'all niggas are sending y'all donations, put motherfucking money in their pocket, they can get their little oodles and noodles and have their little whatever. Everything is fucking fine. Y'all will eat that shit up, this, that, damn, the fucking third. This wasn't motherfucking problem to even stress in the first place. But you want me to go ahead and say something about this shit because motherfuckers want to put my fucking voice on it. I don't give a fuck about speaking on this shit no more. Because motherfuckers are going to do what the fuck they want to do. Y'all bitches got free fucking will. Y'all bitches want to be fucking stupid. That's what the fuck y'all want to be at the end of this day. I am sitting here stressing the fact that motherfuckers been lying about every blood clot thing from the fucking beginning. That's the only reason why I'm doing this fucking video.
The new republic me and Marduk had set up after the republic Enki had started. Enlil, my grandfather, waged a war not with armies, but with deception, casting a veil of amnesia over my people. He severed their connection to their past, making them easier to control. But the fire of truth never dies, a struggle between creation and control. Enki saw humanity as partners. Enlil saw only resources to be managed. Marduk and I chose unity, building Tamari, a beacon of peace and divine law. Enlil could not tolerate this. He launched a secret war, aiming to turn our children against us. His agents, the Jacobites, Hyksos, Pilgrims, arrived to dismantle our world. Their mission: erase our heritage, replace it with servitude and shame. This is how Enlil stole
were supporters of the exiled Stuart dynasty, who sought to restore the family to the thrones of England, Scotland, and Ireland. The name Jacobite is derived from the Latin word for James, Jacobus. The origins of the movement: the Jacobite cause originated with the Glorious Revolution of 1688. The reigning monarch, King James II, known in Scotland as James VII, was a Roman Catholic. His Protestant subjects, concerned about the possibility of a Catholic succession, invited his Protestant daughter Mary and her husband, William of Orange, to take the throne. James II fled to France, and the English and Scottish parliaments declared that he had abdicated, installing William and Mary as joint monarchs. This event set the stage for a century of conflict. For many, the new monarchy was illegitimate, as they believed that the right to rule was granted by God, not by Parliament. The Jacobite movement thus became a rallying point for those who opposed the new political order. The Jacobite Risings. The Jacobite cause was not a single, continuous rebellion, but a series of uprisings and military campaigns that spanned from 1689 to 1746. The most notable of these were the 1715 Rising, the 15. This rebellion, led by John Erskine, the Earl of Mar, was an attempt to place James Francis Edward Stuart, the son of James II, also known as the Old Pretender, on the throne. The rebellion gained significant support in Scotland, but was ultimately defeated. The 1745 Rising, the 45. This was the most famous and final major Jacobite rising, led by James Francis Edward Stuart's son, Charles Edward Stuart, better known as Bonnie Prince Charlie, or the Young Pretender. With support primarily from the Scottish Highlands, he advanced into England, but was forced to retreat. The rebellion was crushed at the Battle of Culloden in 1746. Key factors and support. While the Jacobite cause is often romanticized, particularly in connection with the Scottish Highlands, it had a complex mix of supporters and motivations. Dynastic loyalty. Many believed in the divine right of kings and saw the Stuarts as the rightful rulers. Religion. Jacobitism had strong support among Roman Catholics in Ireland and parts of Scotland and England, who hoped for greater religious tolerance under a Stuart monarch. Many High Church Anglicans also had doubts about the legitimacy of the post-1688 succession. Political discontent. The movement provided an outlet for political grievances. In Scotland, the 1707 Act of Union, which merged the Scottish and English parliaments, was deeply unpopular with many who felt it was a betrayal of their national sovereignty. International support. The Stuarts often received backing from European powers, particularly France and Spain, who saw the cause as a way to destabilize their British rivals. The defeat at Culloden in 1746 effectively ended Jacobitism as a serious political and military threat. The British government enacted harsh measures to suppress the Highland clan system and culture, including the Disarming Act and the Dress Act, which banned the wearing of tartan and kilts. While the cause faded politically, it has remained a significant part of Scottish and British cultural memory, often portrayed with a mix of romance and tragedy. The term sent away for the Jacobites, particularly after the final defeat at the Battle of Culloden in 1746, refers to a few different fates, most of which involve being removed from Britain. After the major Jacobite risings, the British government faced the challenge of what to do with the thousands of captured rebels. The punishments were harsh and varied, but transportation was a common sentence. Transportation to the colonies. One of the primary methods of sending away the Jacobites was through transportation. This meant they were forcibly exiled from Britain and sent to the British colonies, where they would serve as indentured servants for a number of years. Destinations. The prisoners were primarily sent to the Americas and the Caribbean. Common destinations included the colonies of Virginia, Maryland, South Carolina, and various Caribbean islands like Antigua, Jamaica, and Barbados. The process. The government hired contractors to transport the prisoners by ship. These were often long and brutal voyages, with many prisoners dying from disease, malnutrition, or poor conditions. Conditions. Upon arrival, the Jacobites were sold as laborers, often to plantation owners. They were essentially treated as slaves for a fixed period, typically 7 years, after which they were supposed to be free. The reality was often more complex, with some managing to escape or buy their freedom, while others remained in servitude for longer periods. Other fates. While transportation was a common fate, many other Jacobites faced different outcomes. Execution. For the most prominent leaders of the rebellions, the penalty was often execution for treason. A number of high-profile Jacobites were publicly executed, serving as a grim warning to others. Imprisonment. Many others were held in prisons, often in poor conditions, while they awaited trial or a decision on their fate. Forced enlistment. In the years following Culloden, the British government sought to neutralize the potential threat from the Highlands by enlisting Jacobites into the British Army. These men were sent abroad to fight in British wars, such as the 7 Years' War, in effect, sending them away to serve the very crown they had fought against. This also served the purpose of recruiting soldiers from a region known for its martial prowess. Self-exile. Many Jacobite leaders and sympathizers chose to flee Britain and live in exile, often in France, Spain, or other Catholic countries that were sympathetic to their cause. Bonnie Prince Charlie himself spent a decade on the run in Scotland after Culloden, before eventually escaping to France and living out the rest of his life in exile. In essence, being sent away for the Jacobites was a form of political and cultural removal, designed to break the power of the movement and assimilate or eliminate those who continued to oppose the Hanoverian monarchy.